Hey everyone, just a quick reminder, kids here in America, in the United States, and Ohio are about to go back to school in about 2 more weeks. We go back to school in mid-August here, it's very early. Wherever you live, your children, chances are going back to school fairly soon. Perhaps they're homeschooled, perhaps they're on a different schedule. Either way, as parents, it's very important for us to talk to our children about bullying. Bullying is something that's been going on since the dawn of time. It's the art of someone bringing down someone else to make themselves feel better. It's a terrible, prevalent problem in school systems nowadays, and we need to make sure that we are communicating with our kids about bullying and the dangers of it and the long-term effects of it. Here at the school, we talk to kids literally every day about bullying. We role play how to recognize bullying and how to counter it. We practice martial arts just in case the bully is physically attacking you, how to defend yourself and stand up for your right as a person not to be harmed and bullied. One of the things to remember with our kids is we must communicate. Look for the signs of a child being bullied. If the child is pulling back and not communicating and hiding in their room and lashing out in anger, or they're showing massive fear signs of going to school, they're faking sickness, their grades are going down, maybe they even have bruising of some sort, anything that will show a sign that obviously our kids are being picked on somewhere. You can tell if you communicate enough. Don't let your child go unnoticed. Don't let your child go untalked to, because what will happen is they'll fester these feelings on the inside, and that will have long-term, even lifelong negative effects. I know adults that have been bullied as kids that are still carrying that fear and that trepidation around inside of them decades later. We have a massive responsibility as parents to ensure the safety of our children. Our children are going to school to be educated, not to have their self-esteem pounded and destroyed and knocked down every day by someone who is a less than stand-up person. Here are some things we can do if they are being bullied. If you find out your child is being bullied, make sure you alert the authorities immediately. I mean, talk to the teacher, talk to the parents of the child. If the teacher doesn't listen, go to the principal, talk to the bus driver, have them separate these people. You must confront it head on. You can't just ignore it and think it's going to go away. Kids have a really good way of squirming around the system to continue to bully that person. Who is bullied normally? Bullied people are usually perceived as weaker individuals. That's just what it shows. Statistics show that 77% of all kids will be bullied in some sort, whether that be physically bullied, beaten up, mentally bullied, or cyberbullied, which is even more prevalent nowadays. If your kids have a cell phone, they're going to get texts, they're going to get emails, they're going to be on Instagram and Facebook and wherever else. They're going to be attacked by kids who can hide their identity and make up fake screen names and send pictures and things and just ruin a kid's life just by visually looking at a screen. If they're being physically bullied, of course I recommend martial arts training. That's the number one thing I can say. And not just because I'm a teacher, it's because it really works. We role play in here. We practice if the kids are being bullied, how to use your voice and get your strength out, how to use your posture to stand up, how to defend yourself if the bully puts their hands on you. And we talk about consequences. If I do punch that bully in the nose, what's going to happen to me? Will I get expelled? What will happen legally? What will happen with their parents? We talk about all these things because they really are important to kids' lives. I talk to kids every day here on the mat, anywhere from ages 5 to 16, and many of them are being bullied. The secret is to talk to them enough, to become just enough of a friend that they start to communicate and say, yeah, actually I am being bullied at school. And immediately when that happens, you have to alert the parents and let people know. Bullying is a huge problem. There are tools out there as parents and as guardians for us to protect our kids. Remember back when you were in school. Remember that person that used to bully you. Chances are we have one. I'll bet decades later you can still picture them and the mean things that they did, and you still get night sweats thinking about it, and you're still nervous. Remember how nervous we were to go to school if someone was bullying us. We'd fake sickness and lie to our parents, and our grades would go down, and we'd just be very fearful. Back then, luckily I had martial art training as a kid so that I could defend myself, and it wasn't my size, it was the way that I carried myself. We know that a bully doesn't want to fight someone, they just want power. And if you stand up for yourself or you teach your children to stand up for themselves, the bully will either stop or move on to someone else. Kids have to know that bullying is not going to last forever. It's a temporary thing. But if we don't stop the effects of bullying, they will continue to snowball and affect the relationships the rest of our lives. And don't forget that adults can be bullied. I might be talking to someone right now that's being bullied at work. People can be bullied at home. Wives can bully their husbands. Husbands can bully their wives. Brothers can bully their brothers, sisters and sisters. Friends and friends, it really doesn't matter. Any type of social dynamic relationship that we have has the potential for someone to try to impose their power and will onto someone who they perceive as weaker. This is not good. This is not the way humanity should be developed. So don't forget that adults can be bullied, and if you are an adult being bullied, there's no shame in that. Stand up for yourself. You have the right. No one has the right to put their hands on you. You are worth it. You are a human being who has tremendous value. Don't let anyone ruin your day, ruin your life by imposing their will upon you unless you wish it to happen. And there are no excuses. There are no excuses. You do not have to be a victim forever. You can change that. You can change it with your attitude and with some training of some sort. I take this very seriously because I see the effects of bullying hands-on every day. And I know that especially with technology, it's becoming more and more subversive, the way that these kids are bullying each other. Be that parent that's a pain in the butt. I don't care if the kid says, "Leave me alone, Mom, leave me alone, Dad," every day. Be the parent that is involved with your child's activities, that is involved with their mental well-being and their physical well-being. Believe me, when they get older, they will thank you for it. I hope that everyone out there is free from any type of tyranny or bullying of any kind, but most of us are not. Most of us fall victim at some sort or at some period in our life. This is just a quick reminder. It's back to school time in the United States very soon. Wherever you live, constantly communicate with your kids. Tell them that you love them and protect them. It is our job as older people to protect the next generation. That's it for today. Until next time, have a great day. Domo arigato gozaimashita.